Now, as Democrats begin public impeachment hearings this week, Republicans have been calling for certain witnesses to come forward. One America's Rion speaks with Donald Trump Jr. to learn more.
Republicans have long called to unmask the so-called whistleblower behind the Ukraine phone call. But Intel Chairman Adam Schiff insists he will not permit the revelation of the so-called whistleblower's identity. Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, Donald Trump Jr., told One America News there is a clear reason Democrats and their attorneys want to hide their whistleblower's identity.
And I realized really quickly the outrage, whether it's the lawyer who is representing the phony whistleblower, from 2017, he has tweets, and the coup is starting now. This will lead to, and I'm saying, you know what? They're not outraged that I outed the whistleblower. They're outraged now that his name is out there. The other side can actually do a little bit of research.
Research exposing the fake whistleblower's identity as likely being fired National Security Council staffer Eric Ciaramella, a registered Democrat, former CIA employee, and supposed Ukraine expert who traveled with Vice President Joe Biden in his Ukraine dealings. Ciaramella was also possessed by an emotional opposition to Trump.
The other side can actually do a little bit of research. Independent people can do a little bit of research and realize, this guy's invited as Joe Biden's guest to the state dinner, worked on Ukraine with him, his buddies with Brennan. He's the guy crying like a child, in the photograph with Susan Rice in front of the Oval Office the day after, before my father came down to visit Obama when he was simply president-elect.
An emotional bias that would diminish the credibility of the entire Democrat impeachment effort. Neither House Intel chairman nor the leaker's lawyer, Mark Zaid, have confirmed or denied whether the star of their impeachment efforts is indeed Eric Ciaramella. But Schiff insists.
I do not know the identity of the whistleblower, and I'm determined to make sure that identity is protected.
A claim subjected to intense skepticism, considering Ciaramella, if indeed the whistle leaker, was not only in contact with Schiff's staff, but was a co-worker, a connection that casts Schiff as co-conspirator in a scheme to take down the president. Zaid, representing the whistle leaker, adamantly denies his protection of the leaker is motivated by personal political belief.
Are these two attorneys, are they representing a cause or are they representing a client? What are they doing?
I think without question they're representing a cause, and I think the client has been part of that cause since day one, and I believe, I can't imagine anyone with a straight face at this point, seeing what we've seen for 3 years, believe otherwise.
While media also portrays Zaid as being a blind, apolitical defender of justice, they conveniently overlook Zaid's history of vitriolic animus toward the president. The coup has started, Zaid tweets just one day after Trump was inaugurated. Zaid goes on to rally other lawyers and tweeted, "We will get rid of Trump, and this country is strong enough to survive even him and his supporters." Zaid went on to help run Whistleblower Aid, a nonprofit offering to pay for house mortgages and provide psychological counseling to Trump whistleblowers. Trump says media will refuse to cover this portion of the story.
I read somewhere that democracy dies in darkness, and yet they have, no problem with this impeachment inquiry going on where Adam Schiff is judge, jury, and executioner. They had no problem with Adam Schiff talking for 3 years on TV how he's seen evidence, this magical evidence that no one else has seen about collusion and, the delusion around that. And so that's the reality of our situation. The mainstream media today has made a cognizant decision to be the marketing wing of the Democrat Party. They will say and do anything to support those causes.
As day one of the public impeachment inquiry descends into a melange of he said, she said, secondhand information, the Republicans will continue to ask one leading question. Why are Democrats hiding the leaker's identity? The answer, says Trump, will only backfire on Democrats come November 2020. Rion, One America News, Washington.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.